All right, I just want to make a little quick video about what I made for the group buy. I know group buy bought a whole bunch of Goalsies. So when you take it out of your little housing, we got the KIK. One thing is that the pins are held in by this little sleeve right here, right? But you can see those little tips and sliding in and put your finger over there. I just figured a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, maybe you guys are amazing, but a lot of people will be doing progressive pinning. So instead of worrying about damaging this until we get a little bit better, I did 3D printed a little top here. So I also created this little minimalistic holder, so that way if you put it in a vise, standard vices with this little 3D printed top won't really hold it that well. So I did that. So again, so when you're taking it apart, you can now slide this off. I got one for everyone that I'm going to send to the main distro person, and they'll send it out. And then you have this top here. What I will tell you is when you put this in, so let me slide this back. So a little bit easier, ergonomically speaking, to pull these things back because now you have a little more to grab onto. Let's pull this back. And there goes one. There goes the spring flying out of it, so be careful. All right, so I got all that back. All right, and now when you take it apart, get the tweezers. So again, I can just take the springs out, like so. There's the springs. So if we're gutting this, after our pick, we can take the springs out, like so. And then Milizard has a 3D printed kind of a quick unloader that I made for everyone. So I did that. Now I will tell you, so now that I have this off, it's a little bit safer. This shiny side was the side that was bent down. There's a little material to hold these vertical. So when you first get them, see how easy that one slides? A little bit easier, kind of this. When you first get it, you're going to wind up do the non-shiny side. That's the non-shiny side. It's hard for that to believe. When you first start doing it, I want it to be a tight fit, so as you use it, it will kind of be hard to first get on. So I would take off the springs and the pins. I would really take off the pins too, and just kind of work it back and forth and kind of get it worn down a little bit. What happens is as you put it on there, you'll start kind of scraping off. You can actually see a little bit of the edge, and you'll start scraping off some of that excess, and then it'll slide in like mine does now, because I've slid it back and forth several times, and that's much easier to slide back and forth, right? That's what I would do. All right, so now you're trying to prove it. Weird thing happened. This is how it should look that I printed, but it shifted on my 3D printer table, and I printed 35 of these vertically. Miller's Raj actually had Goalsy written here, but for the printer purpose of me printing it this way, I didn't want to do that. So these still work, even though it's offset. I apologize, but I don't feel like printing more. So still works, nothing, there's no gaps. So you just slide in here. Once you slide in there, just be careful. And when you turn it over, just kind of manipulate the angle real quick. And now all of it just came out. So now you can actually easily show here, keeping this in frame, you can easily show that all of the spools are in the correct direction and it has all of its pinning, right? So now we'll put this here for now. Actually, put it over here. So there's proof there, and didn't even have to do much there. And then taking this apart, all I did was, forgive me, I didn't have this set up already. We're gonna take out the back. And I will show you the other thing I'm sending as well. So everyone might know, and I'm doing the group buy, just kind of extra tidbit. I'm doing that because I want this to turn into a black belt. So I'm hoping to get the pins I need to just add one more to it. Okay, so when you get this out, be careful. Obviously, you don't want the ball bearings to go everywhere, so the ball bearings on the side. So what I do, my technique for it, is when you take this out, I'm going to shim it. Now there's no, not this one. This one. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this. We don't have pins in it, so now you can go straight. Once you get it out a little bit, you don't have to go much further. You don't have to wear any pins. So that's what's nice about unloading it from the top. And then when I printed everyone one of these. All right, so like the key, which direction is the key? Just like this arrow. See, it's kind of making an arrow. That's the direction. You see the little cut? And what you do is as soon as you can put this in, we're going to go slow because, again, I don't want to have the ball bearings go everywhere. So make sure it's in the right direction. Oop, and I was not able to do it. So put this down, and that was on me. So I'm actually going to pinch this in here. I'm going to get the clip on. And I got it back in. All right, so there's one ball bearing there. The all ball bearings are there, and when you do this correctly, it slides in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in. It's very simple. Put this back in, and then now the ball bearing's in there, and it's safe. So if I was better about taking it apart, which I clearly was not, I'm going to take this out while I'm pushing down, and you didn't have to worry about anything. So the ball bearing's in there. Let's try that one more time and try to make it where I don't have it go the wrong direction. So let me make sure this is in the right direction, like the key pointing in. Slide this out. Maybe I'll just put it on the table. Slide it out. And then once it gets to the second I can clip it in, I got it on. That's better. And now all I have to do is kind of hold this and push it against this direction as hard as I can, and I can use my finger until it captures it, or much easier, the follower. Now I captured it. That's it. It's captured. And now all you have to do is you're going to show off all your little grooves to show that it has the milling. You can show the ball bearing and then pop it out. When you do take out the ball bearing to completely take it apart, you can just put your finger up here to stop it from flying out. You could take them out, and then once you're done taking them out, you can put it back in and gently put this back on top like this, carefully. Now what you do is you push it in, and you can rotate this entire thing to catch it back in. All right, so that's what I made. So I'm going to send it out, and everyone for free, just because I felt like doing something nice. You'll have this oddly offset system, but you'll have this so you can easily unload it. You'll have this here, and then you'll also have my little ball bearing capture. So you'll have three things. One, two, three, four things coming in. And then when you progressively pick, again, you can progressively pick, and you can literally use this little guy here, slide it on the back, and you can have it in the vise. There's the first two pins, and you can have it in your vise just like this, and you can be picking, and then when you decide you're going to go one more, you add the pin in there. You can slide this a little further forward, and now you can go to 3 pins, and then you can go 4 pins and work that way. All right, sorry this took so long, but anyway, I made these 4 pieces. I'll send them out. Forgive the originator Millizard that I did not print it nicely. It just apparently just came apart. I'm not making new ones. All right, you guys have a good one.